Hey there, my name is Christopher Monroe. This is my third discussion board post for clinical mental health counseling at East Carolina University. So the unit for this week, or this week's unit, is dealing more with spirituality and wellness and religion in the counseling realm. This is something that's very important to me. My faith is um, I would say, a key aspect of my identity, not just as a counselor, but also as a person. And so, two approaches that come from a counselor, or two approaches that come from a wellness model, are the wellness evaluation of lifestyle, or the WEL, and that's based on the Wheel of Wellness, and it is an assessment tool, excuse me, that looks more at diversity and self-direction in the person. All right, and the next one is the 5-factor wellness inventory, and that is based on the indivisible self. Oh, sorry. And so the 5-factor wellness inventory, what that does is it looks at, obviously, 5 factors. And according to the text, those 5 factors are the creative self, the coping self, the social self, the essential self, and the physical self. Okay, and then from there they get a total picture of the client. And then the next question is to explain what the biopsychosocial model proposes. How might such a model positively impact the delivery of clinical mental health services? All right, and so biopsychosocial, it kind of sounds self-explanatory a little bit in the name, but according to the text, it is just a look at how one's biology, their psychological self, and then their social or cultural self, how they all are kind of intertwined and connected. And so the idea is, a deficiency in one area can impact another area in the same way that an improvement in one area can improve the other area. And, according to the text, this really only came to light, I think 1980s or so, and whenever I read that at first, it kind of like struck me as, well, this should kind of maybe be common sense, but I guess in a way, not so much. But anyway, it just brings the patient's subjective experiences into as equal a light as the biomedical data. So, again, our experiences, our identity, both psychological, socially, cultural, it has as equal standing on our health and well-being as from a wellness and a holistic health standpoint as, bioindicators and things of that nature. And then looking on to part B, the podcast, Dr. Roberts defined the spirituality and religion, and she kind of took, even though there's multiple definitions for spirituality, she made a very good contrast between spirituality and religion in the sense that spirituality is a private expression of your beliefs, and religion is not so much private, but more the public faith of a belief system, and it's attached usually to an organized institution. So, I like that contrast there between private and public. What issue related to rural areas was discussed in relation to counseling persons with religious or spiritual issues? So she had made the point that in rural areas, they need long-term supervision most commonly or most often, and that finding or assisting the client in accessing appropriate and credible resources is often difficult. And so then the last question, how important do you believe it is for counselors to be able to discuss religious and spiritual issues with clients? Why is it important, or why is it not important? And so as a person of a more, I guess, reformed would be the word, reformed Protestant faith, I do see my faith as my own personal center. However, I realize that not other people identify in such a way. So, to me, I would kind of let the client bring that subject up and then, find common ground and go from there. But I wouldn't be one to try to put my beliefs off on them or force them to feel uncomfortable or that they have to acknowledge, this aspect of their lives. However, I think it is for clients who do feel so to share, it is a pivotal, um, most often pivotal to their identity, as well as to healing for some people. So I'm certainly not above bringing it up once that has been established in the counseling relationship, um, because for someone such as myself, if I were in the client's shoes, my faith would be my guide, um, in that respect. So I definitely see the need for it to be intertwined or ingrained into practice, um, again, as the patient is comfortable. So that concludes my discussion board post. All right. Y'all have a great week. Finish strong. Bye.